in this video, we will see a problem on hexagonal pyramid. Here is the question. A hexagonal pyramid of 30 mm side, 65 mm axis length rests on one of its edges of base on HP, which is parallel to HP. The triangular plane contained by that edge on which it rests is perpendicular to HP and parallel and nearer to VP. So these conditions, I'll explain it in the problem. Now we have understood that the type of solid is a hexagonal pyramid. So I'll be explaining the conditions regarding the hexagonal pyramid. So here we have a hexagonal pyramid in which the base is in the form of a hexagon having 6 corners and 6 base edges. All the corners are connected to a common vertex, also called as point O. So this is the apex. And here these are the slant edges of the pyramid. Then there are the triangular faces. Since it is a hexagonal pyramid, there will be 6 triangular faces. Now, since in the question it is mentioned hexagonal pyramid of 30 mm side, 65 mm axis length rests on one of its edges of base on HP, which is parallel to HP. So for parallel to HP, I'll draw the condition into the problem. So here we have XY line, VP, HP, vertical plane, horizontal plane. And since it is given that the hexagonal pyramid is resting on its base on HP, from the top view we are going to see the hexagon, and which is parallel to HP, means the base edges are parallel to HP. So for that I'll draw the condition here. Now it is 30 mm side hexagonal pyramid. So here I'll mark a radius of 30 mm. Then in the compass, taking that distance which is equal to 30 mm radius, drawing a light circle. Next, since the edges are parallel to HP, so the pyramid will be drawn in this way. Next, connecting these points with the help of light line. Now, in this way the hexagon should be drawn. That is, first I'll give the notations to it. Point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these edges 1, 2 and 4, 5, they are parallel to HP. If the condition was the edges are parallel to VP, then this edge 1 to 2 would be upwards. That means it would have been parallel to VP. Now it is parallel to HP. Then here I have drawn the top view, which is looking like a hexagon, and since it is a pyramid, the slant edges are also visible from the top view. So in this way the pyramid will look like. Now after completing this, I'll go on to the front view of the pyramid. The axis length is 65. Apex in the top view is at this point O, and this point O is projected upwards where I'll mark the axis length. So axis in the front view appears as a line. In the top view, axis is looking like a point. If I look this pyramid from top, the axis will appear as a point, but if I look from front, axis will appear as a line. Now joining these slant edges, next I'll give the notations to it. This is O dash, apex 1 and 2, the base edge. Corners 1 and 2 will be on the same point here in the front view. So that is 1 dash, comma 2 dash, then there is 3 dash and 6 dash, 4 dash, comma 5 dash. Now after drawing it light, now I'll make the pyramid dark. This edge will be dark. It shows the change of plane. Next in the top view, now this is the initial condition of the hexagonal pyramid. Looking from top, the edges are dark. When I look from this direction, the front view is projected. Here also the edge is dark because O23 and O26 are onto the same line. So O dash 3 dash and O dash 6 dash. Next, I'll read the other condition. Edges of the base on HP which is parallel to HP. Next, the triangular plane contained by that edge, which edge on which the pyramid is resting. Now whenever we are considering the solids, the condition of resting is onto the right hand side, that is we are going to tilt the solids on right hand side. So if I see here, this pyramid is resting on edge 4 5 and it is producing a triangular face which is O4 5. So here the condition is triangular plane contained by that edge, that is 4 5 is the edge and the triangular plane is O4 5 on which it rests is perpendicular to HP, meaning is the triangular face is perpendicular to HP. So if it is perpendicular to HP, it will be seen in VP. So here when we look at the front view, O dash, 4 dash and 5 dash, that is nothing but the triangular face, and this triangular face needs to be made perpendicular to HP seen in VP. It means this slant edge will become a vertical line here. So I'll draw it for that condition. So drawing a light perpendicular line, light vertical line. I'll measure the slant edge because this slant edge shows the triangular plane O dash, 4 dash and 5 dash, which should be made perpendicular to HP. So this gives me O dash and here we have 4 dash comma 5 dash. Next, after making this slant edge perpendicular, I'll copy this pyramid here, that is keeping the same slant edge. I'll draw an arc from the apex. Next, measure the base from 4 dash 5 dash to 1 dash 2 dash and cutting it from 4 dash 5 dash. Here I am getting the intersection point and this point shows 1 dash 2 dash. So drawing that pyramid, Now here I had made this triangular plane perpendicular to HP, perpendicular, and it is seen in VP. After this, I'll measure the distance from 4 5, that is 4 5 to 3 6. Measuring this, I'll plot it over the base. This shows the point 3 comma 6 joining it light with the apex O dash. So this is the pyramid which is perpendicular to HP seen in VP. I'll make it dark. So this is the pyramid, or we can say the front view of the pyramid when it is perpendicular to HP. Now I'll draw its top view looking from this direction as an observer. Now when we are looking from top, at that point we have to project those points first which are closer to us. So if we look from here, O dash, or we can say the apex is closer. So first I'll plot that point. It is along this vertical line, and from here point O will be projected horizontally. So this gives me the apex O dash. Next 1 dash 2 dash will be projected vertically downwards onto the same line with a light line. Next I'll project point 1. So this gives me 1 dash and 1 wherever they intersect, that is point 1. Next point 2 is at the same location. So from this here I'll project point 2. Next point 3 and 6 are onto the same line. So same vertical line I project here. Here I have projected that line. So point 3, this gives me 3, the third point. Next point 4 and 5 are onto the same line as the apex. So here from this I'll get point 4, that is the horizontal projection, and where it intersects this vertical line, that gives me point 4. Similarly for point 5, where this horizontal line intersects, I'll get point 5. At last there is point 6. It is onto the same level as 3 dash and 6 dash. So projecting it light, here I am going to get point 6. Now after marking these points, I'll join the outlines, because those are never hidden. So they will be solid lines from 1 to 6, 6 to 5, then 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So it means this much portion of the pyramid is visible from top. So that should be made dark. After this, since all the edges are connected to the apex, we can join them, and here this triangular face O dash 4 dash 5 dash appears as a single line in the top view, and here is the apex. So if I am looking from top, all the edges are visible. So here I'll connect them, that is O dash O up to 6 is visible. Next O to 1 is visible. Then O to 2, this face O dash 1 dash 2 dash is closer to observer, so that is also visible. Then O to 3, that is visible, and O34 is visible. So the pyramid will look in this way. Means the base is away from the observer, but when the edges are connecting the base, the hexagon is visible. Now this completes the second condition, which is the condition I had used in which the triangular face was perpendicular to HP. And the next condition is after perpendicular to HP and parallel and nearer to VP. Now what is parallel and nearer to VP? It is this edge, which is the triangular face. That triangular face was perpendicular to HP. Now the same triangular face will be parallel to VP, and nearer to VP means we have to make this edge, which is 405, closer to VP. Otherwise we would have used the other condition as well, that is 405 would be drawn here away from VP, but since it is mentioned we have to draw nearer to VP, so this edge will be made parallel. So now I am making that parallel by drawing a light line first, a light horizontal line. Over that I'll mark this distance, which is 4 to 5. So here is 0.4, 0.5. Then taking half of this, I'll get the apex. So here I'll mark the apex, 0.0, dropping a perpendicular here. Next, after this, I require the other points, that is 1, 2, 3 and 6. So for that, first of all, from 0.5, I'll mark this distance up to this line which is connecting 3 and 6. So for that, I'll take the distance from the apex up to this line which connects 3 and 6, because I will be projecting those points 3 and 6, keeping it at the apex and marking it over this vertical line. So drawing a light horizontal line from here, a light horizontal line. Next, on this I'll have to mark points 3 and 6, so I'll measure this distance up to 0.6 and same will be for 0.3, keeping it here at this location. Here I get 0.6 and this is 0.3. Then I'll measure the distance from the apex, taking it as the reference, up to this line which is connecting points 1 and 2, forming this edge. So keeping it over this point O and marking over here. Now I'll draw a light line through this point. So drawing a light line, measuring the distance from this line up to 0.1, and same will be the distance for 0.2 as well, keeping it over here. So here we have 0.1, this is 0.1 here, and this will be 0.2. Next, joining them in proper sequence will give me the hexagon which I have drawn here, hexagonal pyramid. So this is nothing but I have copied this hexagonal pyramid here, keeping its triangular face parallel to VP. Now this is apex connecting all the corners. So this is the hexagonal pyramid in which the triangular face is parallel to VP. Now I'll have to project its top view, and for that the observer is here. So those points needs to be projected first which are closer to the observer. Here if we see points 1 and 2 and this entire triangular face is closer to observer, so that will be projected first. Starting from point 1, and here 1 dash, so here I'll be getting point 1 double dash. Next for point 2, since it is on the same level as 1 dash, so on this line there will be point second. So now after this I'll project point second. So here there is 2 double dash. Next point 3, and from here 3 dash 6 dash. So this gives me point 3 double dash. Then 2 and 4 are onto the same line, so here we'll get point 4 4 dash 5 dash. So this gives me the point 4 double dash. Next point 5 is on the same level as 1, so here I'll get the point 5 double dash. Then there is point 6 which is left. 6 and 3 are onto the same level, so where we got 3 dash, there will be 6 double dash. Then the apex is left. Point O is projected, and from here there will be O dash. Wherever they intersect, I'll get O double dash. So when we are looking as an observer, the outlines are visible. It means when the observer is here, O26, O23 is visible, O21, O22 is visible. These three triangular faces are closer to the observer, so they are visible. So I'll join O double dash to 6 double dash. Next O double dash to 3 double dash. Then O double dash to 2 double dash. O double dash to 1 double dash. After this, the edge 2 3 will be visible, and edge 1 to 6 will also be visible. So 1 double dash 6 double dash, 2 double dash 3 double dash visible. After that 5 and 6, so that will also be seen because it is an outline. 5 double dash 6 double dash and 3 double dash 4 double dash. Next 4 double dash 5 double dash, this edge is away from the observer, so that triangular face won't be visible, so this will remain hidden. So here I'll make it dark. Next, these 2 points, that is 4 double dash 5 double dash, will be connected to the apex with the help of hidden line, because the edge is far away from the observer, so not be visible, and 045 shows the triangular face. That triangular face will be hidden. Next, here this view is completed. After that, I'll give the dimensioning. Base edge is of 30 mm, 30. The axis height was 65. And after giving the dimensions, we can say that the problem has been completed.